VISKOU.
So today I'm be talking about for the Reyee CCTV network solutions. Okay, so let us start our workshop today. Yeah, so here I'll show you guys some typical solution that we may have for our CCTV. Yeah, because CCTV is not regarding all the cameras, it's also actually regarding about the backend for the switch, also the networks. How do you connect? How do you going to connect your CCTV to your networks? So here are some of the products that we have that, like in outdoor, like parking lot, all that, we have this called wireless bridge. So you can connect them back to your HQ or office. Yeah, so in our office you will have a management. Yeah, so management you will require a call switch as well. And also in elevator we have this called wireless bridge for you to connect your CCTV. Yeah, and also all this kind of access switch, PoE switch for your CCTV. Yeah, and also the wireless bridge, and also in some of the industrial grade place, like beside the road or in some factory, so you can use these industrial grade switches. Okay, yeah, so we will start from the retail CCTV solutions. Yeah, so for retail solution, there's some place like the convenience store. Yeah, so in like a mini mart. Yeah, so there are some of the problems that may complain from the owners, like our merchandise was lost and nobody noticed us camera is not working. Yeah, because we don't know the camera is not working. Yeah, so we assume that the camera is still working, then in the end we can't find any records. Yeah, so some old CCTV design 10 points will like common 10 points will like always knowing network issues from owners' complaints, and also we're going to customer side extend a lot of time and human resource. Yeah, some of the root cause is because of the unmanaged switch. Yeah, because in the traditional way we are all using the unmanaged switch to save our budgets. Yeah, but this sacrifice the ability to recover the network faster. And also most of the CCTV system are offline, and it's impossible for the SI to remote in to have a check or maintenance on it. Yeah, so here we can have a new design for our retails. So instead of using an unmanaged switch, we are going to use a managed switch. So this is a ES200 series. It's a managed switch, so some of you guys are already familiar with this series of switch. Okay, and this is a managed switch, and able to cloud manage. Yeah, so we can change the switch into a managed switch. So in Minimart it's the same also. Yeah, then we can change to a cloud managed switch as well. So our Reyee solutions actually have this kind of all the features, the values that we give out to our customers. First, it's about the same cost. Actually, the cost is around the same as you purchase a managed switch. Yeah, a managed switch and our Reyee managed switch, the cost is around the same. We can know the network issue before our customer notice, because we have this Ruijie cloud. So you can use this Ruijie cloud to check on all your status of your CCTV and also PoE switch as well. And also we're able to reboot the cameras. What does this mean? So we can use this app, and then we can see which cameras have some issue. Then we can try to reboot the certain port of the managed switch. And also we can remove access camera without DNS. Yeah, because before that, if you want to remove access a camera, we might need to do some port forwarding on the routers. And plus on, if you don't have a static IP, so you might using a DNS for this. So let us continue. So just now I think we're talking about the remote access for the CCTV. Yeah, so before that we might require to do the port forwarding and also the DNS to do the recording. Yeah, so now you can use our Ruijie Reyee solutions to have this direct access to the intra networks. Yeah, so the next we're going to talk about the wireless CCTV solutions. Yeah, because nowadays we also have this kind of wireless CCTV, means that we don't need to lay a LAN cable for the CCTV. So we will use the wireless CCTV for that. Yeah, and also so some of the scenario is like from the short to a long distance. Yeah, some other place like the bridge, roadside, elevator or farm, so we don't need to lay any cables. So we can just use this wireless bridge. So yeah, so this is how the topology looks like. So you can connect you have one pair of switch or multiple pair of switch. Then this is one of the transmitter, and these are two other receiver. You can consider like this. Then you can send signal to them, then connect to a CCTV. Yeah, and also if for 500 meters of CCTV, normally the scenario will be like the elevator. Yeah, so in elevator you can see from this. Yeah, so this is a lift car, right? And also inside the lift car we will have cameras. And then we can install a wireless bridge as a one pair. Then from the one of the pair is going to install on the lift car and then connect to the CCTV. And the other one will be installed at the fixed on the bottom or even the top of the whole elevator. So and then you can connect them back to the monitoring center. Yeah, so we have this model. This is the ES100. So this is the most cheapest. This is the cheapest models that we have. Only have a 500 meters, and then this is support. Normally you are using in the elevator scenario. Yeah. So here's our videos. So you can see it's around 500 meters. Yeah. So from the bottom to the top. Yeah, so we have this rust-proof design. Yeah, so because the elevator shaft environment is too humid and also cause a network port to rust and damage easily. Yeah, so our port is gold plating so to prevent it from rust, corrosion, and have a longer lifespan. And then this is a waterproof design as well. Okay, yeah. So and also we have this fluorescent stickers. Yeah, so because inside the elevator is very dark, so you can see through this fluorescent light. And also it's a very easy, it's a one press easy connections. So you can just click on the mesh button and then it will auto pairing up all the pairs. So during a maintenance phase of wireless bridge, so only one bridge is often replaced and it is necessary to enter web to set pairing, which take a longer time to repair. Yeah, so these are the product specifications for this model, the EST100-E. So this is, you guys can have a look on this. Okay, so here are some of the models that we have from the 1 kilometers. So just like 500 meters, so now we have 1 kilometers and up to 5 kilometers with these two different models. So what are the pain points that customers can use wireless bridge? Because it's very difficult to do cabling, because the process of cabling for public access can be very cumbersome, and also the maintenance is challenging because this is the outdoors and sometimes it's very difficult for us to access this, and also we have some challenges for the maintenance and repair for wired solutions. You see from these many cablings, and also for wired solution it might have a high cost because you need to purchase for the cables and do the cabling from one place to another place. The manpower and also resources is expensive as well. Yeah, so now we have come up with these solutions, the Reyee wireless CCTV wireless bridge solution for CCTV. So we can this auto pairing. So just now I mentioned, so you in purchase you get a one pair of the wireless bridge, then they can auto to pair up automatically. Yeah, so you can see this is we have a strong adaptability and also high scalability from some construction site or to your office. And then we can operating at a V0 level flame retardant, and it's a weatherproof, and also this is a negative 30 to 55 degrees operating temperatures. Yeah, and also it's very easy to install. Okay, so you guys can see. So all these brackets are already included. So this is a Poma bracket that is actually included inside the package. Yeah, so it's very convenient. We have long range until 5 kilometers. Yeah, so we have three different models. So first is 1 kilometers and then 5 kilometers. Okay, so here are some of the performance of our wireless bridge. Yeah, so we have these two models, 310 and 350. So we are comparing the speed between them. Yeah, so if you want to go for a longer distance, actually you can choose to use our 350. And also on the right hand side here, just to showcase you guys, so how many cameras that we able to connect with different models and also different distance. Yeah, so this is enabled to pair on app and also on our Ruijie Cloud app, the Mac platform. Okay, so this we are able to control them and the Ruijie Cloud from the app or even the web versions. Yeah, so just now we talk about the wireless CCTV solutions. So the next one will be talk about the office or hotel CCTV solutions. Yeah, so some of our SI they really needs to have this very smooth video transmission. They require like easy deployment and a stable CCTV system. And also, if anything's happened, they want to have a fast failure recovery. So we have this real-time alarm, and also we have this remote maintenance. Yeah, so what's easy deployment? Yeah, so in traditional way for the old kind of managed switch, so you need to have a PC and then you need to use the CLI command to configure your switch. But for now, you can just use your phone, the Ruijie Cloud app, to scan the QR code of the switches, then you can add them into our Ruijie Cloud. Yeah, so it's actually just like a plug and play. Yeah, so it seems like a unmanaged switch actually. So we can just manage the switch on our Ruijie app on our cell phone. Okay. Yeah, so the next feature that we have is this camera connections. Yeah, so just like in the first I stated, our cameras, our switches were able to recognize it. So some of the models that we have able to detect some of the models, the brands like Hvision, Dahua, all these kind of cameras able to recognize. Okay, then we can monitor the camera status as well from the Ruijie Cloud. Yeah, and also all our feature is that we can extend this 250 meters PoE extensions. Yeah, so we can specify which port that we want to extend it for a longer distance. So what's a competitive advantage that we have over other vendors? Because Ruijie is the only vendor that can use the cloud to open any specific port for 250 transmissions. Yeah, because some of the other brand of switches, when you just enable it, it will just enable all of the ports to the 250 transmission, and then it will decrease the speed 10 Mbps. Okay. Yeah, so the disadvantage for this is that it will waste some ports if camera number is limited, and camera should connect to the fixed port. Yeah, so it's these are the disadvantages. So but for us, we have this 250 meters PoE extension on the specific port, and then connect to the cameras and then APs. Yeah, so you can have a mix of cameras and APs access point in the same switch. Yeah, so certain port you're going to have the 250 meters and reduce the speed, and some certain port you can still connect to APs which enjoy the 1000 gigabit speed. Yeah, so we can also have this stable CCTV transmission as well. Yeah, so this switch connect to here and this switch connect to here, but in between this switch they're still connecting to each other, so it will create a loop. So for the next one, this is the double devices. Yeah, so you connect two lines to the same switch. This is a loop, or a single device. So you connect the same line to another port of the same switch. Yeah, so this Ruijie managed switch will have this loop prevention features. So by default it's already enabled. So once it's enabled, it will able to help you to prevent the loop and also detect which port have a loop. So in the end, also we have this cable test as well. So we have these cable test features. We're able to test the port of and also the cables. Yeah, and also we have this real-time alarm. So if there's any alarm or camera offline, real-time alarm, it will send to your mobile app the notifications. Yeah, so you guys can see from here, you can see there's a real-time alarm sent to our Ruijie cloud. Then you can check on this certain port or certain devices. So you can have this camera offline notification as well. So you guys can see it will show one camera may be offline, so please check the port 1 and reboot the cameras. Yeah, so it will know your camera problems before your customer knows, so you can solve it in advance. Yep, so last but not least, this is the remote maintenance. So just now we talked about we have this Ruijie cloud, so you can remote to have a maintenance on it. So most of the problems that arise to us as a CCTV SI, so sometimes we will just reboot the cameras, then it works fine again. So in the traditional way, you might need to go down to the site and then remote manually. So now we can use this remote reboot functions from our Ruijie cloud app. You can just control the switches and then reboot the certain port. So there's a remote reboot functions on our Ruijie cloud app. You need to have this kind of large projects. Yeah, so up to around 1000 units or around 2000 units. Yeah, but no worries. Yeah, even in this kind of projects, our Ruijie able to support as well. Yeah, so we have this core switch MBS 3006 series, which is able to support up to around 2000 units of cameras. And also the another model is 7003 is able to support around 1000 units. Yeah, so in between this core switch, because this is a large project, then we know that the backup plan and also redundancy is very important. So between our core switch, you're able to do some kind of we also call it a virtual cluster. So in some place we call it a stacking. Yeah, so I think you guys know about stacking. You can do a stacking between our core switches, and then we can have these aggregations. So what I mean by aggregation? Aggregation means that you can use two ports and they connect to one switch to increase the bandwidth between the two switches. So after the aggregation levels, we have this access level. Access level is all the PoE switches that will connect to your end devices like APs, CCTVs, IP phone, printer, all this. This is for the thousands of IP cameras. Just now I already introduced. We have this MBS 7000 series. I have 006 and 003. So their difference is one is a 6 slots and then the one is 3 slots. So you can purchase different kind of modular line cards for these KC switches. And then it support about hardware redundancy because they have a power slots and also 2 fans. And also able to support software redundancy. It means that the switching, the stacking, yeah, this is what I call stacking. So when one down, the other switch will go to another. Okay, so if you go going to a medium CCTV, so it's around 300 to 600 units of IP cameras. We have another model called this MBS 6002. It's also the modular switch, but only have 2 slots. Yeah, so if even going to a lower, so we have this MBS 5200 and MBS 5100 to support different kind of scenario. Yeah, so just to showcase to you guys that our Reyee able to support such a large projects for CCTV. So we have this powerful core switch to help to support it. Yeah, so here are some of the models that I introduced just now for the media CCTV solutions. MBS 6000, also a line cards modular switch, so you can choose your different line cards based on your requirements. And also we have this layer 3 switch. If you don't want to have this modular, you can have this layer 3 switches as well. And also we have this L2 managed switch as well. Yeah, so and then we have this, just now in the early we mentioned about the small CCTV topologies like less than 100 eyepiece cameras. Yeah, you can just use this layer 2 switch to make it as a core switch. Yeah, so here are some of the products that able to support small CCTV network solutions less than around 100 cameras. So we have this managed switch, and also actually we also have our unmanaged switch as well. Yeah, for this unmanaged switch, it's plug and play, and then one of the good things that it's visible on cloud. So you can just use your cloud to monitor the status as well. Yeah, so it's actually very convenient. Okay, so which device is better to your projects if you are comparing our managed switch and also the unmanaged switch from third-party brands? Yeah, so with the managed switch, actually this is plug and play, and then this is have a camera rack connections, remote reboot, have a free clock management, and automatic loop prevention and long distance transmission. And also just now I'm introduced to you guys this wireless bridge. Yeah, so we have these three models, the EST 100, 310 and 350, and 500 meters, 1 kilometers and 5 kilometers. Okay, so it's based on their distance to differentiate. Yeah, so this is the EST 310. So this is a wireless bridge for 1 kilometers, and this 350 is for 5 kilometers. And also the port is gigabits. Yep. So at the first, I also said that we have this industrial switch, and now already actually it's already launched. You guys can contact ourselves to know more about this. We have this industrial switch. So some of the features that compared to others that we have first is that this can operating in a larger range of operating temperatures from -40 to about 80 degrees. And then the IP is IP40. IP40 means that this is against the dust proof. So any of the dust or even a small ants unable to go inside to these switches. Okay, we have this boost converter design, so we can operate a large range of voltage from 12 volt to 56 volt. So normally, like we are using a solar power supply. Solar power supply can have this 12 volt output, so we can just connect directly to it, and then it's able to control on Ruijie cloud. So all our devices are able to manage on our Ruijie cloud. And then we have this ERPS protocol. It's a ring topology, and also we have local network configurations, which is a watchdog. So what is a watchdog? Watchdog actually is like it will monitor your PoE. So when it feels that the PoE is freeze, so sometimes it means that the cameras maybe is freeze, or camera have some problem, need to reboot. Yeah, so it will auto help you to reboot. Yeah, so here are some of our product family that are suitable for our CCTV solutions. So on the left hand side is all about the switches, from unmanaged switch up to AC switch. We cover the full range. And then for the wireless bridge, we can have three kinds: 1 kilometers, 500 meters, and also 5 kilometers type. So here are just some of the solutions for you guys to reference. So as you have different kinds of numbers of CCTV. Yeah, so this is just for reference. You guys can post on it and then get an understanding of these solutions. So once again, thank you all for joining our workshop. I'll see you in our next workshop. Thank you. Bye bye.
VISKOU,